R-Truth is back. WWE swerved us all at Money in the Bank 2025. Now, R-Truth put out a tweet saying that he was released, right? So it is R-Truth, so anything can happen. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe he is released, right? But like, maybe he's not, right? Then CM Punk said something. The crowd after Raw was chanting for R-Truth, and he said, don't chant for people that aren't here, right? Then the crowd started to boo him, and he said, you'll all know soon, right? He said, or something like that. He said, you'll figure it out while you're driving home. That's what he said, right? So I wasn't like completely sold on, oh yeah, you know what? R-Truth's gone, he's released. But I also kind of did think, you know what, there's a high chance that he was released. You know, I was kind of 50-50 on this. Some of me thought, you know what, Truth released. I did not think that R-Truth was going to come back during this match, though. I was not thinking that. There was a guy in a hoodie who came out. It was revealed to be R-Truth. Originally, I thought it was Cena, but then you could see, of course, that it was R-Truth as they revealed it to be Truth. And a pretty shocking moment, as they said, WWE, well, Truth said himself, that Truth said he got released by WWE. I don't know if WWE said that they released him, but I do know that R-Truth did say, R-Truth said, you know, he literally said, he tweeted out, he was released. So, R-Truth was back. Michael Cole was like, oh my god, R-Truth, oh my god, R-Truth's here. We thought he was gone. Like, we thought he was gone from the company. So, like, the commentators were selling it like he was gone, right? And the whole crazy thing was, there was We Want Truth chant during this match. So, absolutely mental. R-Truth comes back, caused John Cena and Logan Paul this match. Before we go any further, I just want to say, I hope Logan Paul is okay after that insane table splash. Insane table spot, that moonsault that he did to Jay Uso, man, that spot was crazy. Shout out to Logan Paul, though. He was the absolute MVP of this match. He was doing so many incredible moves. This match was actually a banger. The match that meant absolutely nothing was easily the second best match on this show, and it's not even close, in my opinion. It ain't even close, man. The first best match was the men's Money in the Bank. But let's get into the show. Right, so I did set up one little spot for the women's Women's Money in the Bank match. Our opener was the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and I did just set up this one spot. Yes, I know that's not Naomi. I don't have Naomi. I don't have many figures that were in this match other than Alexa and Rhea, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Alexa Bliss did a code red to Naomi through a ladder, and I just basically set up one little spot of this match just for the action figures help. So Naomi keep botching my words. I'm so tired. Sorry, it is after the show. I had to set this up. I'm also using this image off Netflix. Naomi ends up winning the match in a very mid-okay Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. This match was very just alright. I didn't think this was great, to be honest. There was one spot in the match where you actually felt like someone was going to win the briefcase, other than when Naomi won. Like, you were like, oh yeah, you know what? I was just like, yeah, you know, that's probably it. Maybe it's not, maybe it is. The spots as well in this match were not great. It was just like very typical spots. Like, they were just really mid spots. They had like Julia and Roxanne Perez just slamming Alexa Bliss into ladders and like closing the ladder on Rhea, which looked really bad at one point. The spots weren't the greatest. The double code red spot with Alexa, Naomi, Roxanne, and that was just incredible. That spot was insane. But overall, I thought this match was very mid. There was only one other point during this match where you actually thought someone was going to win. That was when Stephanie Van Kier was climbing the ladder. I don't know. I didn't think she was going to win, though, because it's just too early for her. So I just didn't think she was going to win. It wasn't like the most built up. So the only time that there actually was a spot where they felt like they were going to win was Naomi, and she did. So I'm glad Naomi won, though. I wanted a bit shaky. I'm very tired. I didn't want Naomi or Roxanne Perez to win this match, or Alexa, but Naomi walked out with the briefcase. Yeah, okay match. You know, I thought this was pretty mid. If I was to give this a score out of 5, it's like a 2 out of 5. Regular mid Money in the Bank women's match. There's so much better. Last year's was so much better when Tiffany won and had that crazy spot where she sent Chelsea through the table. Last year's was so much better. The next match was Octagon Jr. versus Dominic Mysterio. This got added last minute. This was very mid. This match lasted about 5 minutes. Made Octagon Jr. look like an absolute jobber, and Dominic just wins. This was just boring and just not good booking. Dominic should be defending his title against someone else. Or at least give Dominic a good match. Like, make it a banger. Make Dominic face Octagon Jr. and make it an absolute banger. Also, Octagon Jr. did get to wrestle at Worlds Collide, which was a pretty good show. The wrestling on that was really, really good. Like, why the hell didn't you just have Dominic face someone else? Octagon Jr. already wrestled on Worlds Collide. There was no need for this match. They should have just left this off the show because it really just dragged down the show, in my opinion. This was not needed. They should have just left this off the show, to be honest. Because this and the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match just really let down the show, in my opinion. They did not need this at all. Dominic retains. It's whatever. Becky versus Lyra. Becky ends up winning. This match was alright. I predicted Becky Lynch would win. Lyra raises her hand, then takes her out at the end. I wasn't really paying attention to this match during the start, but I thought that towards the end, it was just an alright match, you know. They could have had another spot they could have had a spot in the match where Lyra actually felt like she's going to win, you know, because I thought it was kind of obvious that Becky was going to win. But overall, it was a good match. I thought it was just decent. Their last match was so much better than this. But yeah, it was alright. And nothing much else to say about this. I honestly will rewatch this match to, you know, make my final thoughts on this, in my opinion. But as of right now, it's, you know, I just wanted to make the review. But yeah, not a bad match. Men's Money in the Bank ladder match. This match was just an absolute banger. They did my boy LA Knight dirty again, though. In this match, not like the women's, they had so many spots where you felt like, oh yeah, you know what? Zet's winning. LA Knight's winning. Solo, a little bit. I thought Solo may win. Just a tiny little bit for maybe a Solo. But yeah, incredible match. You could. There was a spot where Penta could have won. There was a spot where Andrade could have won. We had a goddamn sponsored ladder in this match. This was just a really fun match. There were some good spots, some good finishers. Zeth, LA Knight, every man in this match did a great job. El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable, was good. You know, he almost knocked a few people out with the headbutt, with the Male of Platinum's mask. Man, shout out to Solo, man. This guy's just so funny, man. He was so funny. He did like the LA Knight thing where, like, you know, where LA Knight points his finger and goes, LA Knight, yeah. He did the Penta thing. He did the Penta walk. He did the Sarah Romero. He did the Chad Gable and thank you. Man, this guy's just an absolute goat, man. I gotta say, I love Solo, man. So fucking funny. So fucking funny, man. Like, man, I would have been fine with Solo winning this match, though. I hope Solo ends up beating Jacob Fatu in the Jacob Fatu feud eventually, and maybe they give the United States title to Solo, because I just think it'd be so fun with the United States title. I just think Solo's just so funny, man, and I'm a big I'm a big Jacob Fatu fan as well, so, you know. But yeah, I am hyped for that match. Jacob Fatu cost Solo. This spot was just incredible. They had Jacob Fatu come out. They had JC Mateo taking out hold on, let me do it on Zoom here. Bronson Reed, fell and Braun Breaker, and then basically they like Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker wipes them out, you know, some more stuff happened, blah 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 blah. Then eventually it's just Jacob Fatu, Solo's calling the ring, Solo's climbing the ladder. Jacob Fatu's like, you know what, Solo, he helps him, takes out a few members. He's like, you know what, you go Solo, you win the match. Oh yeah, he did an incredible Samoa drop to Big Bronson Reed. That was sick, man. Oh my god. But yeah, he eventually just was Solo's climbing the ladder. He holds his leg, then Solo's like looking down, and Solo's like, what the hell's going on, you know? And then Jacob just ends up taking him out. Similar to the women's, Penta had a Mexican Destroyer on the ladder. This was just an incredible, really, really fun match. You know, I did want LA Knight to win it, but I'm alright with Zet winning. Originally, when I was watching, I was like, you know what? Zet to win it, you know? But, like, I mean, I guess it is what it is, you know? I'm not going to complain too much. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Maybe it can be good for, maybe if Zet wins and then Punk takes the title from Zet. If that happens, yeah, in the long game, I'll be happy with it. I'll be happy with it if Punk takes the title from Zet, because that's a good thing. But what I don't want to see happen is I really don't want to see Seth Rollins cash in tomorrow night on Jay Uso. I'd hate to see that happen. Come on, I think that he'll try cash in, but it most likely Punk, Sammy may get involved, and Seth Rollins, I don't know if he'll have a failed cash in, but he may, like, he'll try cash in, but he, like, won't end up cashing in. You know what I mean? Like, he won't actually end up cashing in, but he'll try. So yeah, I just hope he doesn't end up ruining Jey Uso's title reign tomorrow night, because that would suck. Moving on to the main event. Overall, though, a fucking fantastic banger of a match. Go check this one out. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul in an absolute bar burner of a banger. You know what? This match was actually really fun. I don't know. People say, oh, it was a finisher fest. Yeah, at the start, they were like, they're like building up a hot tag to Cody. Jay was getting beat down. Logan and Cena had a bit of a disagreement. Jay ends up getting the tag. Then, you pick up the momentum of the match. Cena hit like a bunch of AAs during this match where it could have been over. You had Jay hit a few frog splashes, hit a spear. The spot where Logan Paul got the drone was sick. He got in his head. Then Cody Rhodes did a superplex off the top rope to him. I loved that spot. And then Jey Uso hit a frog splash while you could see the drone, the drone shot of that. Oh, that was incredible. This match was just sick. The spot where Logan Paul did the frog splash through the table to Jey Uso. Not the frog splash to the moonsault. Holy shit, I hope Logan Paul's alright after that, man. That spot was just incredible. Hats off to Logan Paul. This match was really fun. I didn't think this match was actually going to be as good as what I thought it was going to be. Then towards the end, they had Cena, the same title spot at WrestleMania where Cena has the world title in his hand. Cody's looking the other way. Ref's taken out. He's distracted. Ref's looking at Logan and Jay after that crazy spot. You think, oh, Cena's going to hit him with the title. I was like, you know what? I was kind of thinking maybe Cena just hits Cody with the title. That's it. We got a black hoodie. Like I said, it was revealed. A guy came out with a black hoodie. It was revealed to be R-Truth. R-Truth is back. This is crazy, man. The way that they used a released superstar in the storyline, oh, you know what? Crazy. You know what else is kind of funny about this? Triple H said the internet's real, not real, but he literally made a storyline off the internet. The whole internet was going mad about R-Truth's release. They wanted R-Truth back. I never got to speak about this on my channel, but Carlito also got released. I hope that Carlito actually isn't released. Maybe they could maybe also do Carlito comes back. That would be really cool. Hopefully they do that in the storyline. But I'm not 100% sure what's going on with Truth yet. I don't know if he was released. They brought him back. If he was not released and they were just working out a new deal. But overall, there's going to be people that don't like this because, releases, it's a serious thing. I get that. But if Truth was never released and this was a storyline, that's all right, I guess. And if Truth was brought back, that's probably even better, because he was never released. They came to agreement, I guess, on a new contract. So, yeah, I don't know. Really, really fun stuff here. I love this main event. Truth coming out, helping see Cody and Jay win, get a revenge on Cena. I thought that was incredible. Looks like we're going to get more of a serious Truth. I don't know. I think Truth signed a new deal. Truth is going to be around now for a bit. I think he's going to be involved with the Cena, Cody, Jay stuff for sure. One more thing I got to say about this is R-Truth is apparently going by Ron Killings now, which is a really cool idea, as R-Truth stands for Ron Killings. And Ron Killings is a really fucking great name. That's an incredible name. Ron Killings, he has to be serious with that name. So yeah, overall, I'm going to give this show a 7 out of 10. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. The only things that I didn't like that I thought brought it down was the Dominic versus Octagon Jr. match. They just did not need that match. Cut that from the show. And I also just didn't like the women's Money in the Bank match too much. So overall, I'll give the show a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I'll say it was a good show. I don't know if I could say great. Maybe I could go great. Good to great show, there was some really great stuff here. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match and the useless tag team match that was useless but actually was built something great was good. So yeah, I honestly thought that Money in the Bank was really good. Money in the Bank is actually playing on Netflix right now, but yeah, really good show. Thank you a lot for watching. Drop down in the comments what you thought of Money in the Bank. Motherfuckers, out.